Social media is an unlimited library of likes, views, and facades. Plastic girls, filtered guys, and an unhealthy amount of misconception. So today I'm going to shed light on the negative impact of social media on our youth, how there can be a failure to socially thrive, the detrimental amount it can do to your mental health, and how parent controls are a necessity. So we all know that babies can fail to thrive, but what if teens can too? When I have everything at the press of a button, my books, my TV shows, my social media, my friends, why do I have to go spend time with them when I can do it in my pajamas in my bed? With having everything at the palm of your hands, it's very easy to get addicted to that and to spend all of your hours on your screen and in your bed. That's where the failure to thrive comes in. You are not socially growing. If the only interaction you're having with others is through a screen, we are failing to socially thrive. Being addicted to screens, lack of human interaction, and failing to socially thrive can really affect one's mental health. Now, you know some of the failures when socially thriving, but what about the mental health aspect? First off, what's the definition of mental health? Well, Oxford Languages defines it as a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. How could a social media platform be detrimental to someone's psychological or emotional well-being? Well, I think the algorithm plays a humongous role in that. If you only watch crayon content, good, wholesome crayon content, you follow good, wholesome crayon creators, you would think that you would only be exposed to good, wholesome crayon content. But that's not always the case. Because yes, you'll still see the good, wholesome crayon content, but you'll also see the ugly and the bad of crayon content. The crayons that are broken and that no longer color, and the crayons that no longer have their label. It becomes very easy to feel for the crayons and to see yourself as a crayon. Social platforms have a library of different creators and content, and very little of it is monitored. With youth, one of the most important moderators are parental figures and guardians. What role do parents play in the social media problem? Parents who have a weak or absent relationship with their child are less likely to see the problem their child is facing. Troy DeAngelis from the American Psychological Association wrote that 22% of the highest users with poor parental relationships and monitoring expressed thoughts of suicide or self-harm, compared with the 2% of higher users with stronger parental relationships and stronger monitoring. It also shows that 60% of the highest frequency users with poor mental health also reported low parental monitoring and low parental relationships. What this trend shows is that children with absent parental figures and lack of monitoring are leading to suicidal thoughts and depression. In conclusion, failing to socially thrive is a very real and very scary thing to think about. How isolation and lack of human content can affect one's mental health. How the content being showed needs to be better monitored, and how big of a role parental controls can change the outcome of its effects. The impact of mental health on youth is a growing concern for parents, peers, and educators alike. Being as informed as possible is key. I gave you a small amount of information for a growing epidemic.